Hey guys, welcome back to CakeTube. My name is Jen, and today I'm going to show you how to make this paint stroke or brush stroke cake. This cake is big on Instagram right now, so let's learn how to make it. First, we are going to begin by building our cake. I am starting with a 6-inch round chocolate cake and I'm filling it with chocolate buttercream. Both the chocolate buttercream I am using now and the vanilla buttercream I will be using later are my favorite American buttercream recipe, which I will link below. After your layers are filled, you will want to crumb coat your cake. This is done by spreading a very thin layer of buttercream on the outside of the cake. The crumb coat has a couple purposes: to coat the crumbs or seal them in, and to fill in any gaps to give your cake a smoother surface for the final icing coat. Once your cake is crumb coated, pop it in the fridge to chill. While your cake is chilling, we can begin to color our chocolate. I chose to use Wilton candy melts for this, and they don't come in the particular colors I chose for this cake, but it's very simple to color your own chocolate if they don't have what you need in the stores. Let me show you how. The most important thing to remember about chocolate is that it does not mix with water. Even the slightest hint of water will cause your chocolate to seize up. It is best to use oil-based food colors to tint chocolate. However, I am going to show you how to color chocolate with gel or liquid food color. It is literally as simple as adding oil. Generally, you want to use a product made specifically for this called Flow Coat, but I didn't have any on hand, so we are improvising. Here I am using coconut oil, but I will also show you how vegetable oil works as well. For the blush color, I am adding just 2 pink candy melts to about half a cup of bright white candy melts. For the navy blue, I am starting out with dark blue candy melts and adding about 7 drops of the Wilton Color Right system blue color, 2 drops of crimson, and 1 drop of black to about a tablespoon of coconut oil. For the marsala or wine or burgundy color, I am starting out with purple candy melts and adding about 10 drops of crimson and 1 drop of blue to my coconut oil. For the white, I am just using bright white candy melts. Once all the chocolate is melted, you can begin to incorporate your colors. Add the coconut/food color mixture into the chocolate and stir, allowing the heat of the chocolate to melt the oil. If the color is not quite right, feel free to add more food coloring, but remember, you must always add your oil of choice whenever you are adding food coloring. With the navy blue chocolate, I didn't add enough coconut oil for the amount of food color I put in, so you can see my chocolate seized. But don't panic. Contrary to what you may read, it's actually really easy to fix seized chocolate. All you have to do is add more oil. Here I chose vegetable oil, but melted coconut or most other oils will work. I would not, however, recommend using olive oil. Once all your colors are created, we can begin to create our paint strokes. I am starting with a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. The parchment paper here is key. Some of these strokes have really thin parts, so you want to make them on something that they will not stick to even a little bit to avoid breakage. I used the end of my large angled spatula to scoop a bit of the melted chocolate onto the parchment paper, wiped the excess off the spatula, and then used the tip of the spatula to drag the chocolate along the paper to create the paint stroke. You will want to make these in all different shapes and sizes, and it's really easy. After all your colors are done and frozen solid, you will want to transfer them to a container with a lid and chill them in the fridge or freezer while you ice your cake to ensure they stay solid. Speaking of which, let's ice the cake. I wasn't too concerned whether this cake was iced completely smooth, since the focus will primarily be on the pretty paint strokes we will be adding to the front, so feel free to texture the buttercream or do whatever you think will look best. After you have iced your cake, you can immediately start decorating. I started with the biggest chocolate pieces for the bottom layer and splayed them out in opposite directions on the front of the cake, and then filled out the spray from there. You will want to fill in any empty spaces with your chocolate pieces, and these are where your small ones come in handy. Once you are happy with the bottom, you can begin doing the same thing on the top of the cake, pushing the pieces into the cake, but be careful while doing this as the chocolate is fragile. I did my best to vary the color and sizes while I was placing each piece. Once you're happy with your design, it's time to add some shimmer. I use this gold airbrush color and a medium-sized brush to add some paint splatters to this cake. Simply dip your brush in the airbrush color and use flicking motions to create the splatters. And once your cake is as shiny, shimmering, splendid as you would like, you're done. I love this cake so much. It is definitely in my top 3 of my most favorite cakes I've ever made, and it was incredibly easy to make. I first saw this cake on Pinterest, but I'm not entirely sure who the original creator is. If you know, leave their name below. I would love to see your paint stroke cakes. If you make one of these, tag me on Instagram using hashtag CakeTUBEjb. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to follow me and subscribe for more cake tutorials. Have a great day.